The lawsuits against Diddy's sons for raping minors are intensifying, and they no longer attend his bail hearings. Grace Omar K. claims that in December 2022, Christian Combs sexually assaulted her on a yacht.
Well, he at that point I was fighting, trying to get away from him.
Once I was in a helpless position, that for sure he was in a position of power, and he took advantage of the situation.
Christian Combs, the son of Diddy, has recently been identified as a co-conspirator in a lawsuit against his father. This development raises concerns regarding familial behavior, as there are serious allegations suggesting that Diddy coerced victims into sexual encounters with prostitutes while he engaged in inappropriate conduct himself, referring to these incidents as freak-offs, which he often recorded. The allegations against his son, Justin Combs, emerged from a civil lawsuit filed in February by Rodney Jones, known in the music industry as Lil Rod. In this extensive legal action, Lil Rod explicitly names Justin Combs, accusing him of soliciting prostitutes, including underage girls. The lawsuit includes a photograph of Justin Combs with an allegedly underage female. In one particular incident described, Lil Rod claims that an underage girl attended a listening party at Diddy's residence, where a sex worker was also allegedly solicited, leading to a freak-off. Notably, this event coincided with an occasion when Lil Rod alleges that Diddy compelled him to consume a drug-laced drink, resulting in him losing consciousness and awakening the following morning next to a sex worker. Justin Combs is named as a defendant in this case due to allegations that he aided Diddy's purported criminal enterprise and participated in the activities described. The civil suit further implicates Justin Combs in an alleged cover-up related to a shooting incident that occurred on September 12, 2022, outside Diddy's Chalice Studios. According to court documents, Lil Rod asserts that during a heated confrontation, he heard multiple gunshots and later discovered a friend of Justin's, referred to as G, injured and in distress. Lil Rod claims he attempted to provide first aid while urging others to call for an ambulance, but both Diddy and Justin Combs reportedly retreated to another area of the studio, where Diddy allegedly instructed those present to misinform the police regarding the events that transpired.
Thing too, because that time around, Diddy was brought in first. He was brought in about a couple minutes after 2 p.m. today, and we were all kind of waiting to see. We had heard mumblings that his mom might be in courtroom, that we were waiting for the children, but then nothing happened. But then, in another twist and turn, the children do walk in, but this time it was a lot smaller bunch than it was the last time. So last time you're having all of Diddy's children, except with the exception of Love, who is just a 2-year-old child, so she wasn't at court. But you had all of Diddy's children there except Love. But this time around, you just had Justin Combs and Christian Combs, meaning that there was no Quincy there today. Delilah and Jesse weren't there. Chance wasn't there. And the caretakers of his younger children who aren't of age just yet, they were not present inside the courtroom as well today. But his mom also wasn't in court today. So when Diddy came inside, it was still that standard issued MDC jumpsuit. He's wearing khaki. From that video of, I think that was obtained by Daily Mail back in September, of Diddy playing hacky sack in Central Park, to now he appeared just staunchly thinner, which you can expect to be inside a federal detention center for a couple months now. A lot different from the luxury lifestyle that he was living before, but he appeared very noticeably thinner. And
Courtney Burgess, a man who was acquainted with Diddy's former spouse, Kim Porter, is reportedly in possession of explicit tapes allegedly depicting Diddy in sexual encounters with minors. He is currently facing a lawsuit from Diddy's son. Notably, Diddy's sons seem indifferent to their mother's perspective and are primarily focused on the potential financial gain that Courtney might realize if he chooses to publish their mother's memoir, which is purportedly under the custody of the FBI, along with 8 explicit tapes to which he claims ownership rights. This book is said to be based on Kim Porter's alleged memoir. According to reports from TMZ, federal authorities have seized Burgess's phone, which contained a copy of a flash drive with materials related to this book. The situation involves Diddy's sons, Christian and Quincy, the latter of whom is adopted. They are reportedly taking action against Burgess by sending him a cease and desist letter to halt any further sales of the book. They contend that this is merely an attempt to exploit Porter's fame and assert that they hold the rights to her intellectual property, including her diary entries and any potential manuscript, as her heirs. They are also seeking an accounting of the current sales of the book. It is important to note that they do not acknowledge the existence of a long-lost memoir from their mother, having previously denied such claims when a similar derivative work by Chris Todd was published on Amazon. Their stance is that if any such work does exist, they are the rightful owners. In a recent interview with News Nation, Courtney Burgess elaborated on the explicit tapes he received from Kim Porter, claiming that these recordings feature multiple celebrities engaged in abusive acts. He alleges that the victims were drugged and appeared to be minors. At this juncture, it remains unclear whether any of Diddy's children were involved in these alleged parties.
And those statements include descriptions of what the witness says he saw on those tapes. So I asked him about that, and he answered what he could, given the limitations imposed on him after testifying before the grand jury. Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of drugs?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know if
Appeared
they
to be.
were. Right.
Sure.
Appeared to
Let me
be,
rephrase
right.
it.
Based on, yes.
Understand. Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appeared to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence?
All of them. All of them.
Out of those 8, how many appeared to be potentially victimized? How many might have been victimizing?
I think, all. To be honest, all.
Were victims
They
or
victims.
were perpetrating?
Victims.
They were all 8 were victimized,
Yeah.
meaning
Victims.
this was happening to them and they were inebriated.
Right. Not knowing, I guess, how much proof it was in it, what they was doing.
Freddie P., an artist who was reportedly ostracized by Diddy and had collaborated with him in the early stages of his career, has stated that individuals within the industry have long suspected that there was something unusual about the relationship between Diddy and his stepson. He claims to have observed questionable conduct between Diddy and his son, Christian. Furthermore, recent legal actions allege that Diddy engaged in the sexual assault of minors while his son was present.
Freaky, man. I look at his kids and everything. It's more deeper questions that I be wanting to know. Like, why were you so infatuated with a child that wasn't yours? Were you grooming that little boy? I don't even want to start those conversations because that's not your child. You know what I'm saying? And for you to keep him that close, it's like you kept him that close because he might got your secrets because he's not your child. So if he's not your child and you that type of person with that type of character, you don't mind actually doing it to him when he finally reaches a certain age. Because he's not yours. And you know in your mind he's not yours. And now you keep him real close to you. You make sure he don't go to his daddy. Why? You make sure he's separated with him and you provide him with everything he wants. Why? You got one of them little Michael Jackson secrets. He got one of them secrets that he can't tell nobody because his legacy, his manhood gonna be. And not only that, his brother no gonna look at him crazy. Only Puffy know, only God and Puffy.
Right?
I don't know. All I'm gonna say is, I don't know.
I'll be short, son.
All I'm gonna say is, who's infatuated with another man's son now, like that? Like that seemed like grooming.